people of the internet. Hope you're all well. Welcome to this tutorial on Proteus Designs, where we'll be teaching you step by step how to use Proteus Design Suite. Firstly, what is Proteus? Proteus is a software used to simulate our electronic circuit design before we physically implement it. If you ask why, because it's simpler and we could test our design before investing on the components for the physical design, so we can cross-check if it is going to work or not. Now let's take an example. Let's say that you're in a startup competition and you have designed a product and you have to propose it in front of the judges panel. Like if you speak to them and explain your product, they will understand it. But if you use Proteus Design Suite, design your product and show them the simulation and working of it, they would understand it better and they would know that you're serious and you know how to implement it. Those are some of the reasons which we can use the software for. Now, when you click on the application, you get this, which is the home page of Proteus Design Suite. Currently using Proteus 8.9. You can see certain small boxes here. The first box we can see here is getting started. These are all the functions that Proteus can perform. Below that we have help, where we can know about those functions. Now, if you look below, this will give information about the version of Proteus you're using and the creators of Proteus. Now, if you look at the start panel here, you can start a new project, you can open a previously done project. And if you look at the top, we have a toolbar here with many icons. The first icon we see here is the file icon, where we can create a new project. And here, this folder icon, we can open a previously created project. Here, this is the save icon, where we can save our progress. These are some of the useful icons here. Most of them you will learn in a future video. Now, to create a new project, click on this new project button here. Now, we can name it as anything we want. Let's call it Proteus 1. And do not remove the .pdsrj, as the file is saved in the .pdsrj format, and you will get an error if you remove it. We can save it anywhere we want. I want to save it in my directory, that is codes, and yeah, I have to save it here. Click on next, 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 and finish. And you acquire this window. This is your main window here, where we're going to connect all our circuit components. So we can call this the main window. Look to the left. Here's the overview window, which is the overview of your main window. Below that, we have a devices window, where we can select whatever devices we're going to use to design our circuit. Now, to design a circuit, Proteus offers us a vast set of electronic components in their library. If you look at the top right, you can see library here. If you click on pick parts or the keyboard shortcut P, you click on P on the keyboard, you get the pick parts. So, it has a vast selection of components which we can use. If you type the keyword of the component, example, if I want a resistor right now, if I click on RES, you can see so many different types of resistor. The right, you can see how they look at the circuit. Below, we can look at the PCB design of the resistor. Now, if you click on this is the basic resistor. If I double tap on it, or if I click OK, you can see that it has appeared in this devices window. So now we can use it how many ever times we want through this window. If some of the components you're looking for are not available, we can download the extensions and save it in the library and use it later. These are some of the awesome features that Proteus provides us. Now, click on the resistor in the devices window, and we tap on our main window. You can see that resistor appears there. And if we tap again, you can see that it has locked itself in our window. That means it's there. So we can use it for our circuit design. Now, I'm going to be teaching you how to do the connections. Let me zoom in a little. You can see the diagram of the resistor. There are two lines protruding out. These are the pins of the resistors, and this is how we're going to do the connections. Now, if you click at the edge of the pin, you can see a wire comes out. This is the wire connection, electrical connection. So we can connect it to any other device. Like if I want to connect it to resistor, I will tap it on the pin of that resistor. So now this is an electrical connection between these two resistors. Now to complete the circuit, I will connect this pin to this pin of the resistor. So now this is a total loop. This is a circuit. Now by default, this resistor component has the value 10 kilo ohms. If I want to customize it and change the value of the resistance, I just have to double tap on the resistor, and you get this window where I can edit the components. Now you can see this resistance here. I can change it to whatever value I want it. Let's say I want it to be 1 kilo ohms. So if I remove the 0, this now will work as a 1 kilo ohm resistor. There's so many other features here which, if you have the knowledge, you can customize your resistor as per the requirement of your design. Now I'll click on OK. You can see that this resistor is now 1 kilo ohms. Now, if you look to the left, you can see so many icons here. These icons, some of these icons are really useful, and I'm going to be explaining to you how to use them. Now, you must be wondering, how do I ground my circuit? I want to provide a ground connection. So if you click on these arrows here, these are the terminals. You can see that there's a ground wording here. If I click on it, if I tap on my development window, you can see that there's a ground symbol which I can move anywhere I want. Now, if I tap it here, now this will act as a ground to my circuit. Now, to connect my circuit to the ground, I can directly connect it using the pin of the ground to the circuit, or I can tap anywhere on this wire, and a wire will protrude out. And now I can connect my circuit to this ground. Now, this looks pretty shabby. I can still change it. I can move the ground anywhere I want, the way I like, so that you can customize your circuit the way it look aesthetically pleasing. Now, the next thing we'll be looking at, you can see this blue color sine wave here. If you click on that, you get a vast selection of different type of waves you can use as input, like DC, sine wave, pulse. Now, if I click on pulse, I want to provide a pulse wave to my circuit. So if I tap anywhere, you can see this icon here. Now this will provide us a pulse input. Now, if I go to this pin here, you can see that it's turning red. That means that's where I have to do my connection. If I tap there, a wire comes out and I can connect it to my circuit. So now my circuit is getting pulse wave. Now if I double tap on this, I can change the value of the pulse wave. I can change the pulse width, I can change the frequency, the period, the cycle, depending on what you want to do. You can see you can even change it here to sine wave. You can change it to DC. You can change it to any other wave you understand here. Now I'm going to keep it at pulse now. Now I'm going to change anything for now. Now this is my circuit here. Now if you look at this meter type icon here, if you click on it, you can see so many different testing components here. You can see ammeter, voltmeters, oscilloscope. Most of these components are really expensive and are not available to us. Proteus provides them so that we can analyze our circuit better. Now, let's consider this as my circuit. I know it's not going to function properly, but let's just take it as an example. I have created my circuit and I want to check if it's working. I want to simulate my circuit. If you go to the far left below, you can see this play icon, the shape of a triangle. If I click on that, my circuit is being checked for the connections, and you can see that it's checking here. And the two messages. Now, if there's a green message, that means there's no error in your circuit. That means the circuit is perfect. You see an yellow, that means there's a warning, and if you see red, that means there's an error in your connections and you should not do the connection like that. Please check your circuit again and try to fix the problem. Now, I can pause the simulation at any time and rerun it again. If you're using a voltmeter or ammeter, you can pause and you can look at the value and note it down at each and every point of time. So this would be really useful and not that easy. It's not possible in real life. Now if I click on the square, it will terminate this process. So let's summarize what we have learned today. We have learned what Proteus is, how to start a new project, how to look for components, how to connect those components, and how to simulate our project. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video where we're going to do some small projects. Thank you.